Good times continue. Retailers rolling in the green on Black Friday this weekend, with the National Retail Federation saying shoppers spent $52.4 billion. This is up 16% over last year. And today, Cyber Monday, analysts are predicting another record shopping day. But is it all just a flash in the pan? Let's bring back our power players. Nancy, are the good times going to last?
You know, despite all the gloom and doom talk, because all the GOP candidates want to talk about how terrible the economy is, it has been slowly improving, David. As you know, record earnings, companies are flush with cash, people have pent-up consumer spending, and they went out and they proved that they're ready to do this. The worst thing that can happen, though, is this continually talking down of the economy, because they want to know there's a plan. The president had a jobs plan on the table, and no one has worked with him. That is what is going to kill our economy, but consumers are spending it again.
Brought it back to politics. Lenore, I would add, by the way, that he didn't do much to work out a debt deal in Washington. He stayed totally out of the picture. But will this shopping, Lenore, continue?
Well, the economy isn't doing well because I don't really focus on spending so much. That's what got us into this trouble in the first place. I'm looking at household income, and household income contracted in the second quarter, and it contracted again in the third quarter. So when income going down, spending, where's that going to come from? Well, it'll only come from a cut in savings. That's what we saw in Q3. That's not going to be long-term good for the economy. On top of that, you have households having to reduce their debt levels. We went from a long-term average of 65% household debt to income, rode all the way up to 135. Now we're down to 120, but we still need to contract even more. None of that looks good for a growing economy.
On the other hand, Gary B., these figures look pretty good for Black Friday, don't they?
They do overall, and you know, just as a side note, I was not aware the current economy is now like Mitt Romney's fault, according to Nancy, but okay, we'll go with that. Back to your point, not only were obviously the retail sales figures you pointed out good, but consumer spending overall in the third quarter is up over 2%, which is the strongest that we've had in 2011. Lenore does make a good point. Where is this spending coming from? You have to be worried that, look, well, the whole reason we all got in this mess is because, you know, everyone wanted to take on a lot of debt. If that's the case again, we might be in for one of those vicious backlashes coming next year.
Yeah, and Gary,
No way, Gary. Don't blame the American people for this meltdown. It was Wall Street and the banks that did it. Don't blame the
We're going to leave it at that. That's a whole other segment. Thanks for joining us. It's going to be another huge day on Power and Money tomorrow. We're going to